Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something you've probably seen advertised online, this idea of a garden hose attachment.
Right, the ones claiming to be like an industrial pressure washer, like the JetHose and similar names.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
sounds, well, almost too good to be true, right? A simple nozzle giving you power washing capabilities.
That sound appealing, yeah.
So the sources you share, they really pit the marketing against, well, basic physics. Our mission today is to sort of untangle that. How does this promise of amazing cleaning power just fall apart when you look closer? Where's the disconnect?
It disconnects pretty much immediately when you talk about actual pressure, PSI, pounds per square inch.
Okay.
Think about real pressure washers, the kind people rent or buy for serious cleaning driveways, stripping paint, that sort of thing.
Yeah, those things are powerful.
They are. They operate somewhere between, say, 1,500 and maybe 3,000 PSI, sometimes even more. And that power comes from a motor driving a pump. That's key.
A pump. Got it. So compared to that, what are we actually working with from just a standard garden hose?
From your typical outdoor spigot, you're looking at maybe 40 to 60 PSI on a good day.
40 to 60. Compared to 1,500, that's a huge gap.
It's enormous. And that's really the heart of the issue with these attachments. The marketing implies they somehow create pressure out of thin air, but physics just doesn't work like that. You can't multiply pressure just by adding a nozzle. You need that pump.
Okay, but hang on. When you see the ads, or even just use a nozzle that narrows the stream, it feels stronger, it shoots further, looks more focused. What's happening there if it's not pressure?
That's the clever illusion. It's what makes the marketing so effective. It's a bit of physics theater, really.
Physics theater. I like that.
What's fascinating is how they play on the difference between velocity, speed, and actual pressure. Remember when you were a kid putting your thumb over the end of the hose?
Sure, yeah, to make it spray further.
Exactly. You didn't change the water pressure coming from the house, did you? But by making the opening smaller, you forced the same amount of water through a tinier space, so it speeds up dramatically.
Ah, okay. Higher speed, same pressure?
Precisely. This JetHose attachment, it's essentially just a slightly more engineered version of your thumb. It constricts the flow, creating a high-velocity jet. It looks impressive, feels a bit stronger maybe, but it's an optical illusion for water. You get a fast rinse, but not the high pressure needed to blast away tough grime. It restricts, it doesn't transform.
That makes so much sense. So you're paying for a high-speed rinse, not high-pressure cleaning.
Pretty much. And it taps right into that desire for an easy fix, right? People want the results of a pressure washer without the cost or hassle.
Yeah, you see the fast spray and think, wow, problem solved.
Exactly. You mistake that velocity for cleaning power, for horsepower, essentially.
Okay, so the physics doesn't hold up. But let's shift to the product itself. This is where it gets really interesting, looking at what people actually receive versus what's pitched.
Oh, definitely. The sources we looked at were pretty revealing. When you take away the slick marketing, what is the JetHose, really? Well, it's basically a standard hose nozzle, often made of the same kind of plastic, maybe some simple metal parts.
The kind you could pick up at any hardware store for, what, 10 or 15 bucks?
Exactly. It's a common design, nothing revolutionary about the materials or the basic function, but it's sold with this wildly inflated story and a wildly inflated price tag to match.
And does the user experience back this up? What are people saying after they buy it?
Overwhelmingly, yes. Independent reviews, forum discussions, they paint a very different picture than the ads. People consistently report, cheap materials, things feeling flimsy, breaking easily.
Okay, so not aerospace grade then.
Not quite. And the
Yeah.
performance is described as, well, underwhelming. It'll rinse pollen off your car, maybe wash down some patio furniture, but cleaning deep-seated dirt off a deck, forget it.
So basically what a regular hose with any nozzle could do.
Pretty much. And then there are often complaints about shipping, customer service. Just getting the thing can be a hassle, apparently.
And what about those glowing testimonials on their websites? You see 5 stars, happy customers.
Yeah, those are interesting. Often very generic language. Great product, works wonders. And sometimes if you look closely, the photos used look suspiciously like stock photos.
The classic signs.
Right. It contrasts really sharply with what you find on independent sites where people detail trying to get refunds and running into problems.
So it really is that $10 nozzle being sold as some kind of breakthrough tech.
That's the core of the business model, it seems. Sell the visual, sell the promise, the actual product costs very little to make.
So the bottom line for anyone listening, thinking about buying one of these,
It's simple, really. If you need actual powerful cleaning, getting stains off concrete, prepping for paint,
Mm.
that kind of job, you need an actual pressure washer,
One with a pump.
one with a pump. This attachment, it'll give you a slightly more focused rinse than your regular hose. That's it. Like you said, any decent spray nozzle will do much the same. You just can't cheat physics with a plastic fitting.
So a final thought then. When you see these ads, these products, promising industrial results from everyday items,
Yeah.
you have to ask yourself, is this genuine innovation? Or are you just watching a really convincing performance of, what was it?
Physics theater.
Physics theater, exactly. Something to think about.